So let's see if we can uncover the truth about this conspiracy. If my memory recalls, this is like the next to last quest before we actually, get to the point of no return, which is when we'll stop to do the last DLC.
Someone's coming! The champion!
We know you're working for Meredith.
Run! We'll handle this.
What's funny is that they'll say the same thing even if you're not working for Meredith. Because some will actually think you are, even though it's not true.
Search the bodies, where there's this many.
Oh my gosh, we just found the piece of the armor piece for Sebastian. I was wondering where that was. Will not tell you again. It's not safe to bring new recruits to our meetings. Meredith has eyes everywhere. Bring anyone who claims to be against her to guard Bali's warehouse at night. We must ensure their loyalty, lest Meredith discover us before we are ready to confront her.
Bound to be more.
Oh, hold on. The Delance Mansion. Let's go in here. Let's see. Can I show you guys the scene?
Who are you?
I'm the mother of your grandchild. That's who.
What?
Your son, Emil. He did me last night. Got nothing out of it but bite marks and his bastard in my belly.
Impossible. You could not know so early.
What? Are you a midwife? I've been stuck by 24 men, and it never felt like this.
Oh, Guillaume! She is so foul!
So when's the wedding? When do I get to be Lady Nella de Lancette?
Oh. Oh.
What's wrong with her?
They all... Oh, don't mind them, Nella. They are just Orlesian.
Maybe I'll hide the girl on the country estate.
Thank you for keeping my son alive.
I'm gonna be Lady Nella.
Yeah, whether or not it's true or not, who knows. Obviously, you can tell what she's doing, and who knows, maybe it actually is true. After all, Guillaume was like, well, if it is true, maybe I could have her stay at our country estate, and, well, they will both stay there. She already wants to be like, alright, so when am I marrying your son so I can be a lady? And I would be like, you do know he's in the circle, right? He doesn't necessarily have that anymore. Not really. Don't think Meredith would really allow him to maintain the claims and rights to his family being in the circle. I'm not entirely sure about that. But yeah, it's just a reaction like, oh, she is so foul. Of course, the way she worded that, yeah, she's, quite vulgar. Well, look who it is.
I told you she was hunting us!
No, not her. I can't do this.
To arms!
Notice the mixture of Templars and mages here.
Let's finish this!
I told them not to do it, I swear. If I knew you were the one they were talking about, I'd have warned you. I don't hold with kidnapping. Not after what I went through.
Didn't I save your life?
You did. Believe me. I still dream about those blood mages. I don't know where I'd be without you. I'd never have let them kidnap anyone I knew was one of yours.
Tell me the truth. I'm in no mood for games.
They said someone was spying. We needed leverage. Someone they cared about. As a hostage. We just got word they pulled some girl from the circle. A sister, I think.
You bastards kidnapped my sister.
We weren't going to hurt her. Just make sure you left us alone. Do you understand? Thrask says Meredith will cause open war with the mages if she stays in charge. We have to take her down.
Is this whole thing to oust the Knight Commander?
She needs to go, don't you see? We need a real Viscount and Templars who protect mages, not massacre them. Just look what Thrask accomplished. Mages and Templars working together. Isn't that what we all want?
Is Thrask the one running this conspiracy?
He's the one who brought us together. For 6 years, he's been working, one mage, one Templar at a time, teaching us we don't have to hate each other. He showed us Meredith isn't the only way.
I thought Cullen threw you out of the Templars.
He did, but I can't just sit this out. The Knight Commander needs to go. That's what Thrask says. Without her, we have a chance at peace. What are you going to do to Thrask? To me?
You went too far when you targeted my people.
I had nothing to do with that. I swear. You can still save your friend. The Wounded Coast. We used the ruins there as a base. That's where they were going.
I'll kill anyone who tries using one of us against you.
What? He helped kidnap my sister. That's a big no. At least that's what Hawk says. Like, if she was asked that by Varric, like, Hawk, jeez, that's what Hawk would say in response. Whoa, what was that I just got? War coat. Wait, what? Whoops. Ah! Wait. Oh, this is probably for vengeance. Alright, so once we leave, I'm going to stop by somewhere to swap the party and see if I can put these pieces of gear on them. Why did it say Lowtown and then took me to the docks? Alright, let's go to the Hanged Man. Alright, Anders. Yep, that's for Anders. I'm sorry, Vengeance. So, compare that to the Renegade coat. Alright, so that's his special one. And for Sebastian... Ooh, it's a bit more golden. Okay. Very nice. Alright, so now everybody has their alternate modded armors. Wonderful. go ahead and keep Sebastian. To the Wounded Coast. To kill more people for daring to kidnap my sister.
I've heard rumors about Starkhaven, you know. They say you eat the dead up there, and murder strangers in the street.
Why do I suspect that when you say you've heard rumors, you mean you've invented some?
6 of one, half dozen of another.
Varric, that's the same number. Oh, that's great. You guys are rising up dead from just from the ground. Samson.
Well, here you are. You've been sticking your nose in every problem in Kirkwall since you stumbled off the boat.
Are the mages here using blood magic?
It always comes down to that, don't it? They claim innocence, demand equality, but back 'em into a corner, and they got options we don't. Haven't found a mage yet who won't take it.
Who are you again?
Samson. I'm the one who fouled up your lad Fainriel's escape some years ago. Further back, I was a Templar, but that was before your time.
I'm looking for Thrask.
You don't sound happy. Last I heard, you two were close. So were we once. Of course, that was before Meredith kicked me out of the Templars. Thrask knew she was a bitch then, but he still thought he could change things from the inside. I hoped he would.
Secret nighttime meetings and grandiose conspiracies aren't going to win this.
Truth. This whole thing's done wrong. Mages are raising the bloody dead, and Thrask just looks the other way. I'm too much Templar still to swallow that. I'd hoped with Meredith gone I could take up the shield again. But maybe she was right. Give 'em a hint of freedom, mages go bad.
Every mage seems willing to use blood magic in the name of freedom. They can't be trusted.
This is why the Chantry first instituted the Circle. Mages must be protected from themselves.
Wisely said. Much as I hate it, I think you're right. And Meredith's lost more people to this movement than she knows. She needs men she can trust. If you go after Thrask, I'll gather the Templars I know who are still loyal. Maybe I can earn my shield back after all.
By the way, just an FYI, Samson can actually become a villain in Inquisition. I actually showed this in our original run of Inquisition with Thorix, for those of you who remember that run, who had told me you enjoyed watching that run and supported it. Thank you very much for that. I'm glad those of you let me know you very much enjoyed it, and we're actually sad to see it go. But yeah, Samson can become a villain in that game. I'll show you what happens if you don't have that happen. Oh gosh, again.
I suppose it was too much to hope that you wouldn't have come here. Though I cannot understand why you support Meredith still. It was not the Circle that kept Fainriel safe from demons. It was you. Please, champion. I have nothing but respect for you. It's Meredith we must see gone.
You notice who's standing next to Thrask, right? That woman from Act 1? Yeah.
This is a violent scheme to overthrow the Knight Commander. You're all under arrest.
Then your sister dies.
Stand down, Grace.
Grace. I knew we should have let the Templars slay her.
We will not kill an innocent to achieve our ends. It gains us nothing to become Meredith.
Meredith. What do I care for Meredith? I'm here for the champion.
You hurt my sister. You die.
I would rather die 100 times than endure one more hour in the Circle. I have been counting the days to get my revenge.
Elaine, kill the hostage!
I don't know, Grace.
You're dead. All of you.
No. No one has to die here.
Oh, but that's where you're wrong.
Restrain yourself.
Goodbye, Thrask.
Forget the hostage. Kill the champion!
Do you not see this amazing sword in my hand? Because it hungers for your soul.
What's he done? Introduce yourself. Aim for the head! Another one for me! How many of you
I tried to stay away from her, you know, after Decimus. But the circle here is worse than Starkhaven ever was. It seemed like hers was the only way out. I'm sorry. Grace used blood magic to hold her. That's the only way I can bring her out.
Why is the music, the combat music, still going? I really don't know why this bug is happening where it's not showing her armor. Oh my gosh.
What happened? The last thing I remember is these Templars coming into my quarters.
These bastards won't be bothering you anymore.
Thank you. It's good to know you're still looking out for me.
And put some clothes on, sister.
As soon as I... Oh.
Champion, Samson never said you were involved in this. I trust you were here to stop these traitors, not join them.
The champion's a fine lady, sir. She wanted to solve this peacefully.
Yeah. Put the mage to questioning.
The boy's been working with blood mages since he was in swaddling clothes.
No. I stood up for you.
Take him away. These Templars are spoiled. If they had witnessed what I saw in Ferelden, they'd know to never trust a mage. Is there any recommendation you would have me bring to Meredith, champion?
She should consider reinstating Samson. When it came down to it, he showed where his heart is.
True. Samson, you have done us a great service. Do you wish to take up the shield once more?
More than anything, Knight Captain, sir.
Then I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Grace gives us the last piece of the champion set. The Helm of the Champion. So, we can now finally go ahead and rock the full champion set, which I have always thought this set looks really cool. The helmet is a little, you know, with that thing I would prefer. It's actually like you could, you know, flip it down, you know, like one of those kind of helmets. I think it would look cool to see what it's, you know, what it's like with it flipped down, but it's fine. The rest of it, though, still looks really cool. The gauntlets, the knee pad. Look at those knee pads. Like, I've just always thought the champion armor looks really cool, especially for the warrior. The other two... Okay, I like all three champion armor sets. I really do like all three. So, obviously, though, I do need to go ahead and, I'll need to put a rune into a couple of them. Now, if we were to compare the pieces that I was wearing, obviously the stats are going to be a little different. You'll see it's actually the same attack and the same armor, but little slightly different stats. Health, attack, physical damage, whereas this one has stamina regen and attack speed. Like, don't get me wrong, I do love this Dragon Knight set. It's been serving me well throughout this run, but it's the champion armor set. It's just a shame that you have to wait until the very end of the game in order to get it. And that's why I wanted that mod where we can actually have it early on. There is something that does irritate me sometimes, which is the idea that... Oh, I can give this to Fenris now. Which is that you get something at the end of the game, and then there's barely any game left. It's like, oh, great, I got this really awesome thing, like this champion armor set. And we have, like, a couple of quests left in the main plot. Like, we turn in this one, and then we're going to get the letter from Meredith saying, you need to come to the Chantry because the point of no return has arrived. Now, this is why sometimes I like waiting until the very end to actually go through, go through with the DLCs. Not just because the key will actually be have higher stats. Oh, hey, there's Samson.
But what we see is only a piece of the puzzle. Only the Maker can see the greater picture.
The guilty prosper, innocents die.
And then they are brought to the side of the Maker. Their suffering ends. There is always a greater purpose.
Daenerys once killed a little boy to fuel blood magic that let him impress his fellow senators at a party. What was the purpose there?
Perhaps it was witnessing that which will give you the strength to prevent it ever happening again.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work, Sebastian.
Look at this. My own sun shield and all the lyrium I can quaff. You've done me a good one.
Is there more you need, champion?
What is the Knight Commander doing about the conspirators?
Did you not see them as you came in? The Knight Commander will ensure no one follows their example.
Sorry to bother you.
It's never a problem, champion.
So let's go turn this into Meredith, shall we? This is basically going to be the last thing we do, other than the... We'll go see Fenris after this and give him that Blade of Mercy.
The conspirators are dead.
And? What is Orsino's plan? He is part of this conspiracy, is he not?
You're already convinced he's guilty, even if he's not.
So, Orsino has managed to convince you as well. I was hoping you of all people might be above the influence of blood magic. It disturbs me to think how its insidious influence has worked its way throughout this tower. The Grand Cleric must be made to see. Go. It appears I must deal with this on my own. There will be a reckoning for this. A plot within the Order, beneath my very nose.
You can see that the red lyrium is already at work.
Meredith has no need of your services here, champion.
It's our duty to tell the Templars.
Then why haven't you done it?
I guess I was hoping they'd come to it on their own.
And then you wouldn't have to betray Hawke's friends, right?
That's not reason enough to allow a Maleficar to walk free. Which of us should do it? Shall we draw lots?
You want to turn them in? You work it out with Hawke.
So Fenris, I found something for you.
Take a look at this.
A Blade of Mercy. I remember these. You see them in the Imperium. Replicas of the sword Archon Hessarian used to kill Andraste. This one looks finely crafted.
It seems like a regular sword.
Here, let me show you. These are gifts of honor, given to those who have performed a service for the Imperium. Daenerys coveted them, as I recall.
You don't talk about the Imperium much.
It's not a place I remember fondly.
Doesn't the Chantry forbid mages to rule over men?
Ah, yes. Magic is meant to serve man and not rule over him. In the Imperium, they say that means magic should serve the greater good, which they claim the Magisters do. Do not believe it.
What do the Magisters do that's so bad?
What you call the Circle of Magi rules the Imperium. They control the Chantry as well as the Templars. They claim the Magisters are governed by holy law, but they are the law. They do as they please. All of them.
So they all use forbidden magic?
The more powerful the mage, the higher he rises in the Senate. He makes the laws, he determines what is acceptable. Everyone who wishes to compete must do the same, or be crushed. Perhaps it wasn't always this way, but it is now.
The slave trade is still in operation in the Imperium.
It varies from one Archon to the next. One outlawed it many years ago. He was quickly assassinated. Tevinter would crumble without slaves. The Imperium's elite know no other way.
Seems like a slave rebellion would end that.
There are rebellions all the time, actually. Most of them end poorly. The Senate always unites when faced with sedition. One day, things will change. Then the Magisters will see just how fragile their hold is.
I heard that the Imperium has been at war with the Qunari for decades.
Ever since the Qunari landed on the island of Saharan, yes. 80 years ago? Perhaps more. The Archon demanded aid from the rest of Thedas. It didn't get him far.
They've been at war a long time.
The Qunari only ever wanted Saharan, which they have. The Imperium has made numerous attempts to retake the island, without real success. I believe the Qunari are saving their strength, building a massive fleet. When they wish true war, we will know.
Are the Qunari that strong?
They once fought all the lands of Thedas to a standstill. If they wanted to conquer the Imperium, they would. From what I saw on Saharan, they will not relent. They believe even more strongly than the Magisters that they are in the right.
Yes, they do.
The blade is yours.
For me? Yes. I think I'd like that. I'll think of the irony as I wield it. Thank you, Hawk.
Now, yeah, normally I would let him use that. However, you can see there's... Yeah, no, he's going to keep using that scythe there. But I will stash it away for him in the mansion. It's also fun getting that little bit of extra lore there about Tevinter from Fenris.
I hope all is
Right
well.
behind you, Hawk.
Another message came while you were away.
Right. You know, you play Diamondback better than my cousin Vidar. You wag your tail whenever you have a good hand, though. Might want to watch that.
He doesn't take well to having his flaws pointed out.
All I'm saying is he'd be up more than 2 sovereigns if he watched his tells. My Uncle Emmett has a whole pack of rat terriers who play every week. They're a cutthroat bunch. You've got a long way to go to be their quality. Now don't take it bad. You're still better than Anders. Coming to the Hanged Man later?
That's really funny. Have to go ahead and sell the rest of these. Huh. Templar armor superior heavy issue. I'm going to step out and take a look at this, actually. Because it won't let me see it when I'm in the mansion. It's very much like the other Templar armor that we get. Oh. Antam Tareva. Looks like the massive armor that you could get in Origins. Of course, we get awarded with this if we have been loyal to the Templars throughout this time. So I'll go ahead and stash those away.
Welcome home.
That other piece I'll go ahead and sell.
There's another letter.
Alright, so obviously I'm going to work on ruining up the other two pieces of my champion set. That will, yeah, start the final quest, The Last Straw, which we're not going to do yet, because we have one more DLC to do, and we will be starting that when we return. Stay tuned.